Hello, everybody. Did you say anything yet?
I said, "What's going on?" Yeah, it was kind of within the
your giggle
wheels. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm Steph.
I'm also Steph.
And welcome to episode 46 of the Drop Everything Now podcast. And the only reason I'm so confident in what number it is because this is our third podcast in less than a week.
Yeah. This is just insane. Insane.
Welcome to the day after the New Heights over 2-hour interview dropped.
Crazy. I still can't believe we watched her talk for that long.
Last night was the most unbelievably exciting nights of my life. And the lead up to it, incredible. The actual interview blew me out of the fucking water.
I know.
Blew me out of the water.
So good. It was so much more than I thought we were going to get. And it's so funny because even seeing the title, when it was Taylor Swift on Reclaiming Her Masters, wrapping up the Eras Tour, I was like, oh, duh. I was because in my head, I'm like, oh, they're going to talk for maybe 40 minutes about the album coming out. Right. And that's that. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, yeah, there's so much she hasn't really commented on.
Literally. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, we're going to get all of that. And then when she was still talking at an hour in, I was like, how long is this?
I know.
And
I kept thinking all right, well, there's got to be more. She hasn't even talked about the album yet. She hasn't talked about the album yet.
Right.
She hasn't talked about the album yet. And it kept going and going and going. And as we said the other day, when we knew that this was happening, so many whammies all together.
So many whammies.
Did you get a haircut?
No.
Why's your hair so short?
It's just the layers. Here's the rest.
If anyone's wondering if I got a haircut, I didn't. I just look like this because I have been sweating trying to put this little setup behind me up. And so this is sweat. If you're wondering, where's the darkness? It's
the glisten.
I'm literally sweating. And that's...
You're glistening.
So just please reserve your judgment on my appearance. Anyway, oh my God. Ugh. I'm not reserving my own judgments about myself. Okay. So, yeah, last night was incredible. The triple whammies. Taylor talking that long, even longer than I expected. I knew it was going to be the longest we had ever seen, but first time ever podcast, first unfiltered, basically long conversation, brand new album, more information than we've ever got about a brand new album. And before it has come out. And not only is it this long form conversation, but also pulling back the curtain of how she talks to her boyfriend and her boyfriend's brother.
Well, that's what I was going to say too.
In real life.
It's not only was this the longest form conversation interview type thing we've gotten from her, but it was also truly, besides seeing her interact with family and documentaries and stuff, this is the first time we've seen her interact with friends and family.
Yes.
In how she converses with them and
yeah. And recanting or thinking back on memories and revisiting things and joking, having a back and forth.
She was so relaxed.
So relaxed. And yeah, think about, of course, I still would have been wildly excited. Let's say if she went on any other long form podcast, literally anything. I mean, probably the most excited would be an account that's a podcast. That's a Swiftie podcast, whatever it is.
Right.
But that would have been so much what we got is so much better than even
it would have been so different
because
she would have been on not on edge, but she would have been more cautious and guarded in what she was revealing, what she was saying. I know we're going to get into all of it, but the second, when Jason asked about her dad, and then she just started talking about how her dad is and what was going on, I was oh my God, she would never answer this. in this detail to other people. She'd be like, he's doing well, thanks for asking.
Right.
And I was like, wow, she is like so comfortable answering this with them and like talking about this with them, and we would not have gotten that with anybody else interviewing her.
Never. It's a true delight of anybody of that is that famous. I don't know that we've ever gotten an interview like this before. Do you know what I mean? Like, of any like star that is of that level, to have like a long form podcast specifically with like the interviewers, the hosts are your friends, your family. Like, and to really be able to look into her life. And of course it's edited and there's things that she knew to like whatever, but still just it was so incredible to watch. And awesome. I watched it last night. I actually baked for the first time. I wasn't even thinking about Taylor Swift baking, and like, who knew she was going to talk about baking for like 35 minutes. Incredible. And then I watched it again today and took extensive notes because I didn't want to miss anything. Honestly, we're going to try to do this, get through as much as we possibly can in this podcast. You are on a time crunch, and then I was sweating putting this together. So like, whatever, we're going to get through as much as we can get through. But I honestly think like we're going to have to have,
we're going to talk about. Yeah.
Like we're going to have another podcast about all of this stuff. Like we're going to try to hit everything, but this won't be the last. Like, no, and this sort of discussion.
There's going to be more discussions coming out of this for sure.
Right.
And I think we'll start with album stuff just because obviously that is the biggest reason she was on the podcast.
Right.
But we're not going to do like, let's list the track list. Let's go into what we think each song is about.
Right.
Just because we'll do that closer to October 3rd.
Yeah. We're going to wait because obviously we're going to do another podcast episode dedicated
specifically for the album,
to the lead up of this album. So I basically just took notes and we're going to go backwards to forwards. Reverse order. Ultimately, with the categories that Jason brought up or talked about, I did like, there's some things that are not chronological, but I just grouped them together. So, whatever. You guys will see.
Well, I think there's certain things like obviously the way they were interacting with each other and the way they are with each other are just going to be things that are going to come up while we talk.
Well, that's exactly. That's going to come up because it was in every category. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's obviously a specific category to them, like dating, like that, like how that all started. That was the first thing that they actually talked about. So that will be probably the
maybe
last.
maybe what we should do is go album and then start to finish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So start
we'll do album and then we'll go to the beginning of the episode.
Like chronological. Gotcha. Yeah. I love that. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, guys. So without further ado, here we go. It's time. Oh, and as we begin this, if you notice, I was sweating my ass off because I was putting together a new setup, which I really, in my head, was going to be a lot better. I have an orange tablecloth that you can't see. I have other things I didn't have time to set up. So in due time, this will look better. But literally, like, printed these pictures out at Walmart last night to hang. And I got this wallpaper. And I just wanted it, I was really trying to update. I told you guys, my studio is going to be different every time. So now I have 2 studios.
I was going to say.
My original studio's there. I just turned my desk to a different wall.
Party's so different.
I know it's not as like detailed and everything, but like I hope everybody can appreciate all the hard work that I put in today.
Yeah. I mean, they should.
I literally stuck that wallpaper up myself.
And they're going to try to get some free posters from you.
What?
People are going to try to get free posters from you.
Oh.
You're going to say, how the fuck did you get that?
I just saved the image of the CDs and I do have the 4th one. Everybody, which we'll talk about, but I just didn't have time to hang it. Anyway,
I gotcha.
Yeah, I just saved the image and then blew it up on Canva and printed it at Walmart. Okay, that's all. If anyone wants to do it. Sorry, I'm trying to find where the heck The Life of a Showgirl. Okay. You were saying
No, yeah, no. I was just trying to figure out where you wanted to start with it. So I don't know, like I guess biggest things for me coming out of the whole thing is one, only 12 songs. That's it.
Yeah. She was
She's
very,
very precise.
adamant.
And also that it's Max Martin and Shellback and no Jack or Aaron.
Yep.
Coming into the day when this website countdown started again, and then all those different locks started popping up on her website with the door variants, as a lot of people were speculating that it was either variants of the album or maybe there was like an Eras Tour docuseries, like The Life of the Showgirl is the album, and then here is the Showgirls like behind the stage of the show, basically, which I find it interesting because when they started talking about it, she was basically saying that is what the album is.
Yeah.
The album is the behind the scenes of the show, which could still mean we're getting something Eras doc related, honestly. Like, I still think that's up in the table for this era.
Yeah, I mean,
this is what the era is.
Yeah.
But
that would make a lot of sense for her to release it during that era. I mean, we know all those cameras were there.
Right, exactly. She was filming way longer and after the movie came out. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's so interesting. And we thought maybe there would be a deluxe, and that's where, because everybody was speculating based on her playlist she put out that it was Max Martin and Shellback. But everybody was like, oh, well, on the deluxe version, we'll see Jack and Aaron. Like, that's where she put her bros, basically.
Showgirl or something.
Yeah, right. But it's just so crazy that she was like, no, this is it. Reminds me of Reputation.
Yes.
Because she was just like, no, I have nothing else to contribute to this. This is it. This is everything I'd ever want on it. And that's going to be that.
I know that wasn't subtle. That was very explicit and clear and direct. But I do love how throughout the entire interview, she was very subtle and direct. And like, we'll get to it, but just I wanted to make like the specifics. But she made a lot of like clear cut statements. Some were a little bit more like subliminal. This one wasn't. About certain things that she's like, this is how it is. Like, there are only 12. Make no mistake. That's what this is.
Right. Yeah. I totally agree.
Like, I've done it in the past. It isn't like, don't expect that. And there were so many other times that I feel like she was very clear with us about not like with just the public, especially if you understood like the underlying message or tone of what she was trying to get at. So I loved that. Agreed. So much.
No, me too. I thought she it's so exciting. I can't wait for this album. And like, obviously watching how excited Travis was about this and like the way he was like just so excited for her about this melted my heart like for the 50th time during the episode. But then like when he was like, yeah, it's bop after bop after bop, and I was like, oh my god,
yes,
this is gonna be my favorite album of all time. Like, it's gonna be my favorite album.
It is. We kind of predicted, both of us, like, okay, it's gonna be like bops. They literally said like Travis likes blank space, so it's gonna be that. And then she like lists blank spaces, what, you know, like talking to Jason about like what songs they've produced in the past.
What's the vibe?
So I could not be more fucking excited.
Me too.
Because we really haven't seen any, like, I know Anti-Hero and like Fortnite, like, are those pop songs? Sure, but they're not shake your ass songs, you know, like Blank Space, like, oh my God. So I kind of want to go through some of the comments that they made about the album that I like fucking like loved. I mean, first of all, Travis said, "You are going to move. This album is going to make you dance," at like towards the end. So yeah, right. And then Taylor said, like, after he was asking, like, by the way, Jason, incredible interviewer.
Yeah, he
incredible
did a great job.
Questions. He hit everything. Cause like she was like, oh, the goals and the theme. And he's like, well, can you actually tell me like what are your goals for this album? Cause you're talking about it, but what are they? So she said, you know, the theme, as we talked about, is everything that's going on behind the curtain, and the goals. And she's like, well, my goals were like melodies that are so infectious that you're almost angry about it. And lyrics that are just as vivid, but crisp and focused and completely intentional. And then Travis is in the background, like, check, check. So it's like we came together in a really beautiful way. We had a convo about like, it's dance and it's uppy and it's poppy, but they still love like the folklore storytelling. So it's still a mix of that. Like she's still going to have the storytelling and those lyrics. And she's so confident about it, right? So she was like this is like basically like the greatest fucking thing I've ever did in my life and I ever will do. It is perfect. It's exactly. And she's like, and I know that that's a crazy, like that's a lot of pressure to say before the album comes out, but like, I don't care. I love it that much. And it's like, holy shit. And then Travis, somebody who is somebody that loves to dance and loves to have fun, is literally saying like they are 12 bangers. I know, like, no matter what he's gonna say, he loved the album, but like,
no, but
they're
you can
12
also
bangers, like
right,
end of
and
story.
you can also totally tell. And obviously, I know, like with obviously Torture Poets and If a Showgirl are coming out while they've been together, so obviously he's been around for both. But you can also just tell. And again, content-wise, I can see why this would be an album he likes more, because obviously there is nothing but him in terms of her personal relationships going on with the making of this album, I should say. Maybe she'll talk, like, who knows what she's going to go into, but like, you know. But you can tell that he is just loving this one so much more than Torture
And again,
Poets.
To your point, of course he's going to, because of like he's about it, but like I don't even think, I think this could be about
I think it's just the sound too.
A random toe that fell off of somebody's foot, and he would be like it didn't, like it's the greatest thing he's ever heard.
The sound, right.
And Taylor feels that way too, and we know that like these producers are known for that. So first of all, not first of all, it's like third of all, but like I want to find where. Oh yeah, so Taylor was explaining to Jason like, oh, I worked with them before, and he's like, oh, well, on what songs? And she's like, well, like Red, like Trouble, 22, we were never getting back together. Then Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Wildest Dreams, Ready for a Delicate. And Jason's like, holy fucking shit. He said there's gonna be some fucking bangers, and then Travis like, I'm telling you, it's 12. So it's like, not only did they work on those banger, like Taylor's biggest songs of all time, but they've worked on like the biggest songs of all time. Like, you know, which one is it? I never know. Like worked with like Britney Spears. It's the older one. She was like the one was the mentor. And then now, so maybe, which was maybe Max Martin. Yeah. They're this, like, they have the same name to me. I know. It's Max Martin and Martin Shellback. Is that why it's confused? Are they both? Is there a Martin? Is there a double something in their names? That might be why. Yeah. Something along those lines. So I can't. Because one of them, and this was another like really, really. I think Max Martin is the older one.
Yes, he's 54. Shellback is 40.
So he's the one that's like, I think worked with like Britney Spears. Like, I mean, like a lot of. Like, he's a really fucking, like, well-renowned producer.
Well, he's huge with Ariana.
Yeah. But I think I'm saying, like, he had a legacy, which Taylor was referring to him as a mentor. And what I thought was really awesome, and Travis, I think, reacted to this too, is where she said, like, you know, the first time around when we worked together, Shellback and I were they were in their early 20s, and Max Martin was their mentor. And they probably, I think what she was sort of getting at is like we're following his lead, and look at what they came up with. And this time, she said, when they were all in the room together, it felt like, they're all equal, like collaborators. Yeah, carrying the same weight, and it was like lightning in a bottle. And I just like, I feel like I'm in heaven. Like, this is magical. Me too. How is this even possible? And she was like, she went in with like a specific thing, and then it was so easy for them to write. It just fell out of them. Right. And they wanted to bring the best ideas they ever had, all that stuff. And by the way, as a side note, the fact that we're getting all of this information, the fact that she's telling us about the creative process, about the writing process, about what her goals were, what the theme was. Yes, we've had lead singles before and kind of seen a vibe. I don't think we've ever known about an album in this depth before it's actually come out. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Yeah, I mean, I guess the only one I would say is 1989. Because she was pretty clear, not that the way it would sound, but she was pretty clear saying it's pop. Do not expect
like
country.
when, I guess I don't remember I remember like the singles that she dropped, but I don't remember like being like, oh, this is what 1989 is going to be, because I remember.
Well, I mean, I think again, we didn't know like what it would sound like, but she was, I'm pretty sure going in, like I wasn't surprised that 1989 wasn't country.
Right. But I mean, like, but she didn't like talk about it ahead of time.
No, I mean, she did though. She just was saying that, but it wasn't like in this detail. It was just saying that like, hey, it is a fully pop album.
Oh, I guess, yeah. See, I don't remember that at all. Because I remember going through 1989 and like keeping like clicking to try to like, I remember being like disappointed in 1989 at first because I was wanting to hear the Red, Speak Now. But I guess I just wasn't tuned in. So it was when we were in college.
Yeah, it was August of 2014 during a Yahoo.com live stream.
Oh my gosh.
First announced 1989 as her first official pop album, and debuted Shake It Off.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I mean, I know with the singles, but same thing with Red. We got 2 pop singles, but then there was like other things. So I guess like at that point, I wasn't watching those live streams. I just was excited the day that the album came out. I wasn't on social media, like whatever. So but
no, but that's the last time we had known like what it would sound like.
Right, in that sense.
And even then it wasn't as much as I feel like we know right now.
Right, right. And I am I'm so happy, and I'm so happy how excited she is about it, and
me too.
That there's just such a clear direction of wanting to change things. And then I saw some people saying too, like, oh wow, she really does like listen, which I want to know what you think of this. Like she listens to criticism clearly, because a lot of people would criticize like, oh, overusing Jack and kind of the same thing, and then having the 31 songs. And so she completely shifted from that. And I hear that. I see that. And of course, I think she maybe took that into consideration. But I also think it's sort of the time to do that. It's just
I agree. I agreed. I don't think, I mean, she said it in the podcast herself that like she'll take constructive criticism. Right. So it is like drawing that correlation does make sense, but I don't necessarily think that that's what went on here. I guess like a couple things. Like I think the situation presented itself where she's touring and they are also in Europe.
Right. They're in Sweden.
Like, so I feel like it was one of those, well, I'm not going back to New York or like, and Jack's not here. So it's like, why not revisit this? And obviously I think, again, like with her, she even said it, that like her life was more upbeat then, and she's in such a good place that like it feels like a good time to revisit the happy, like energetic pop sound that maybe she's done in 1989.
Right.
And I also, so this is the other thing that I like, part of me also feels like this, I thought we'll talk about it with the mass or the re-recorded stuff, but I found it interesting that like, when they were talking, she's like, I always love Fearless and I've always loved 1989. I think this album is following that same path of I will always love this album, because I think it's an album of the year.
Yeah.
Like in the sense that like it's going to be cohesive. It is going to be banger after banger, where like Tortured Poets, I feel like I need to let these emotions out, close them up, and move on. And okay, do you believe
and she said that pretty much.
Right. Exactly. I'm believing this more and more the more I think about it. You know how in the Midnights, in Antihero, she's got the pop star in the music video wearing orange and green, and has the star, whatever. I am more convinced by the day that Tortured Poets snuck in there.
Oh, I see what as the 11th
because
of everything that was going to happen.
Because of everything that ended up happening.
Yeah. So yes and no. I think that 2 things are like true. So I guarantee. Wait. So, because actually, no, I don't know. I would have to sit with it more because I'm back and forth because Antihero came out even before the Eras tour, and
it came out, but she announced the tour like 2 weeks later. Remember?
Right, but what I'm saying, like, I don't know if this is fully what you were saying, but like the Antihero had the orange and the green. I don't know if she had the album fully realized then, but like I do think because like it was before the Eras tour, and this is about like the behind the scenes of the Eras tour, the life of a showgirl. Now maybe she had like conceptually like, oh, I'm gonna write an album while that's going on.
I think that's what I think.
And then yeah, I think like maybe a year in. Well, see, then I go back again because she didn't sit down and actually start writing the album and or recording it, whatever, until she was with Shellback, Max Martin, and Shellback in Europe a year into the Eras tour. So
I think
conceptually maybe
there was always going in her brain. There was always going to be this album about the life of her on tour. I think the chaoticness of the start of the Eras tour pushed the actual, like, basically pushed the cathartic writing to the forefront, where it was, this can't be my life on tour.
Right.
And then obviously, and like in a way it kind of was. Obviously there's touches of the tour.
Sorry, Bella.
But I think that like she was always going to write an album about behind the scenes of a tour, essentially.
Right.
And like, and she just, the headspace she was in on the US leg was not going to afford her the ability to write that in the way she would wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it almost became, okay, now Tortured Poets is, and she said that even on the tour, she was like, this is an album I felt like I had to write.
Right.
Like, it's not the one she wanted to do. And I think Showgirl is the one she wanted to be her album that came out on tour. But Tortured Poets came in as I had to do this because so much was going on and she was having so many feelings that it was like, this needs to come out, but like, you can't put it out after. I think you got to get it out. And then think about everything that was added since, like adding the Tortured Poet, like, it is so crazy that it's like, was Tortured Poets ever supposed to be there? Like, was it supposed to be re-records all throughout the tour, and then Showgirl at the end, and it just got so derailed that because of everything that was going on in her life.
I think pieces of that are probably what's true, but I don't think it was as fully realized. Like, I think, obviously we don't know, she didn't say, like, whatever, but I do think, like, because she said that Tortured Poets, like, she's like, oh, I started writing this however long ago, and some of it she had written, like, even prior to maybe, like, a whole Maddie, like, whatever it is.
Right.
And yeah, originally maybe it was gonna be the Orange album and the Woohoo album. But what I'm wondering is if, to your point, like if that's true, if she was like, I'm gonna have more of the Showgirl album, maybe she didn't even know that's what it was called, but just sort of the Bejeweled of it all, right? Like she knew at Midnight's, like Bejeweled is gonna be her next era. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Right, exactly.
But not necessarily knowing what the album is, but like kind of knowing like that's what it's gonna be. I wonder if she was originally gonna try to do that with Jack.
In my brain, I see it like the way I'm thinking of it now is similar to how from 1989 to Reputation, right? I think Reputation was not her next plan. Whatever concept she had in her brain for what her next album was going to be, obviously got derailed into Reputation.
Right.
I think Tortured Poets was the derailed, the Reputation. And like the content of this album is maybe totally different than she thought it was going to be with Showgirl now. But I think Showgirl was her concept of the next album.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
I think
my
you're definitely
tour
right.
album.
Especially because
I think Tortured Poets just, whoa.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta get this out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Especially because she, like, if you think about, like, okay, well, then after Reputation, things got derailed even more, and she has Lover, and then part of Lover was getting her masters back. So, like, even if it was like, okay, everything got derailed, Reputation, and then I'm gonna have whatever her next thing was, you know how people originally thought it was like something called Karma, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she then had another struggle of like, fuck, now I don't have my masters, and now there's this, and then there was always something else, like the pandemic. You have like Folklore and Evermore, and then she also kind of said, like, as she climbs up the ladder, she doesn't look at her success as like, oh, I have more money now, or oh, whatever.
Yeah,
it's more creative control.
Yeah.
And so now she is at a place where it's not, you're like, there isn't anything to derail her.
Right.
I want to put out the fucking best album I've ever fucking put out ever. There is no derailing. There is no, I don't know my masters. There is no, like, I'm heartbroken. There is no anything. Like, this is pure creativity.
I'm super happy. And yeah, exactly.
Without a, like, of course it's personal to her, but like without a personal, like what you said with Torture Poets, like, she had to get that out for, like,
well, and I feel like it's almost like similar to what you said about like her, and she said that she has more creative control as she gets older.
Yeah.
If we think like if we think of Tortured Poets the way I do now, where, and again, she did say it, but like where it was like, it kind of came in her face of like, I need to get these feelings out. I need to get this out and be done. Who knows if she isn't who she is, if that album would have been allowed. Like with the Reputation shift, like, was there something that they were just like, no, you're not going to put out 2 in a year, or two, like, you know, you're not going to do that. So like, did Torture Poets was allowed to go because she was like, listen, I've got a couple ideas. This one's coming up first because of like Torture Poets derailed her in the like more of like the songwriting sense of like emotional, like her personal life going on, where it's like, I think the concept of Showgirl, like what she had in mind for this concept of this tour album was not what Tortured Poets was going to be. So she was like, no.
Like, as she said, Tortured Poets,
something different, and then I'll do it after.
Yeah. Like Tortured Poets was lyrical. It was the catharsis. It was like she had to fucking get all that out. And this is more a holistic era.
Yes, and this is like her cohesive concept that she wanted to do with the Eras tour.
Yep.
And
all 12 songs are exact. You can't take one in, you can't take one out. It's
there's hundreds of reasons they're on this
in her eyes, and I like,
oh my god,
I can't fucking wait to hear it.
So good.
Now, of course, we got the track list. We're not going to go through every song. Mm-mm. We will do that at another time. But I do just like, so we had said when we were like recording yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever we recorded the last episode, like, I was like, oh, I think like it'll be cute if they kind of read it together and are like cute, Nate, like, and that's exactly what happened, is like she read it off.
So fun. I'm so glad she did that.
And I just want to mention some of the reactions that Travis, like the funny moments that I like just could not get enough of. I, by the way, replayed things in slow motion for this. So the first few, The Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, and then Opalite, like Travis was like, Jason, do you know what Ophelia what that is? And then he would then again with Elizabeth Taylor, like, do you know who that is? And then Opalite, do you know what Opalite is? And like, it was so fucking funny and adorable, because like he is so excited that he knows these things. He's like, excited. I know who Ophelia is and Elizabeth Taylor, and I know what Opalite is. And then when Jason's like, literally, Travis, fucking stop, because you're kind of embarrassing Jason at this point, because he doesn't, whether he knows or doesn't, he's like, can we stop with like putting me on the spot
every track?
He was just like, he literally just was so excited. He started fucking singing. He's like, I know a lot about this album and I'm excited. like you can't fake that excitement.
He is us.
It was so adorable. Like, he's like literally just so good. He's like, you know that, like, so do you know what that means? I know what that means. Like, do you know? So fucking cute. And then like, so adorable. Then she's going through reading the rest. And then when she said actually romantic, Travis like nodded, and then Jason was like, oh, I wonder who that's about.
Oh, he did? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, I caught it this time when I was like sitting there taking notes, and I'm like, wow, like Jason is so us. And then
us.
Wish list. I just thought it was funny that she like really wanted to point out the dollar signs, which
what's so funny?
She did, because I wouldn't have picked up on it.
I'm glad she did, because when I saw it in like a screenshot on Twitter or something, I was like, well, is she capitalizing the S's? Is that a dollar? And then I literally was like, is that a dollar sign? And then, when she called it, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's so interesting and like funny. And then
so funny.
Canceled is the one that Travis was like, that's a banger.
That's a banger.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. And then Honey, Travis said something, and like on my first listen, I'm like, oh, did he say that?
That's totally about him.
Totally. And I feel like he said that's my favorite or something like that. Like, oh, that's my favorite one on the album. Okay, I replayed this no short of 10 times. I slowed it down 3 times. No fucking idea what he's saying, but like my gut is saying that he said that was his favorite. I don't know. Go back and anybody else. Yeah. And I hope somebody is like savvy enough to figure this out. It's not me. And maybe if I listen to it with my like headphones as opposed to watching it. But yeah, please go back, everybody, or if anyone knows, what is he saying? My gut is saying it's something like, that's my favorite. And just like the reaction of them. Travis is so fucking excited to know everything.
So excited.
He's like, I heard all the songs.
So cute. I'm obsessed. Like this
bragging.
It's just like so refreshing to see somebody. Well, first of all, we never get to really see her interact with any of her boyfriends, but like, to see how excited and like supportive he is of everything she does is so fucking cute. And like, she deserves this so much.
And beyond supportive,
so like, much. Yes.
Like also
part of the Swiftie fandom. Like,
yeah, when he's like, this like, we thank you. We Swifties thank you. And Taylor's like, okay, Travis. But wait, when she gave him the album and then he was just hugging it, he's like, oh my God, drop this baby.
And then the way I see it all over Twitter now, they're like, this is a new meme. But it's also like so crazy. It's like the thing that they showed with the meme, it's like the way he's looking at her, even when he's holding it, it's like, literally stop.
It's literally like, insane.
He's so in love. I mean, they both are.
They are both so in love. But
it's crazy.
He was literally like a little kid on Christmas, like over everything about this album and Taylor in general. We'll get to like everything else he said too, but like,
I know.
This just made like my entire world. Like I could go back to work tomorrow. Like, cause like school like could start tomorrow and I wouldn't even feel sad. Like,
I know literally
I'm so cute. Fucking elated. I also went to Walmart today and I bought this shirt cause I thought it was like giving. And I have I'll show you my orange. It's just fabric.
Is it shiny?
No.
The shirt?
No, shirt's not shiny. It's just like the mint green. That like originally, the green and the orange. I was trying to like go back and forth, but you can't. And I was like, oh, the orange tablecloth. I'll wear this green, and you can't even see my orange tablecloth. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys.
Speaking of the orange and green,
the
album cover. So I saw people not loving the album cover and like or liking some of the other like alternate covers better. I'm obsessed with the album cover. I think it's the best one, and my favorite one to be on top of the album. Or to be the actual album cover. And especially after she explained why she picked that one.
Yes.
Amazing.
Fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
And do you have it? Do you want to read what she said?
Do I have it?
I have it right now. I just wasn't sure if you were looking at it.
No, I was looking at the
where she said like her show days are the same every day. It ends in the bathtub, and she wanted to glamorize all the different aspects of how the tour felt. Yes. And the pictures, how it felt after the show ended. Like she wouldn't be able to get to bed till 4 a.m., like all of that. And she wanted an offstage moment for the album cover because the album is about what happened to her offstage. The cover is more about this. So the cover basically represents the content.
What the album is about.
Exactly. Right. And so it's like, and this is the most interesting cover right?
For sure.
Her half in, half out of the water. And so when I originally saw it, the beginning of the episode before she explained it, because I think you had sent it to me, I was like, oh, okay, like that's so interesting. Like it's her half drowning, half not, like half in, half out of the water. Like she could breathe, but barely. Like there's so much you could like symbolically take from it, where it's really just her like kind of washing away the hype and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's still hype in it. And then also it's actually there's a little bit of a nod to Ophelia from Hamlet, who died by drowning. So like, yeah. And she was like described as like a mermaid when she was drowning, like whatever, you know, we'll talk about that like another time. But there's like, I feel like there's 100 layers to this album.
For sure.
However, where the other ones, not so much. Now, I mean, I'm sure there are, but like.
The other ones are like, here's the showgirl.
Exactly.
Not.
Now, this is my other favorite. Like, holy shit.
It's insane.
Like
every picture we've seen so far is absolutely goddamn insane.
I love all of them, but like these two I'm obsessed. Yeah. Like so fucking good.
Yeah, no, and I mean more like the ones we've seen on the Instagram too.
Yes.
Like
now, okay. Let's just take so this, if you guys saw, I'm holding up the green one, the green and purple one. And then she posted pictures too. She's wearing a wig. Like, and then there's another picture she posted. I'm like, not her in her Moira Rose era.
Yeah, she's
wearing all these wigs.
Mm-hmm.
Obsessed. And she's really excited about all the photo shoot and the artwork as well.
Like, yes, I was going to say, I love that she's excited about it too, because like when I was looking at it, I was like, this is legendary. Every picture is so. Where's
fun
the pictures she put? Did she put the pictures out or did Taylor Nation?
She did. Taylor Swift.
She did. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Oh my God. But
like even just this picture with the track list, so good.
Yes. And then the chair one.
The chair one, so good.
And then the one where she's basically naked. Like that she's in this outfit. Yeah. What the flying
Iconic. Iconic.
Wait, she's literally naked. Like I know
like,
she's
is this
in the
actually
same outfit here. But I'm like, Taylor Swift. And if that, like, we know it's pop anthems, right? We know that. We know it's going to be fucking amazing. But if those pictures, specifically the ones in this outfit and this, she's crawling, like, oh, we're getting some sexy fucking songs.
No, I'm so excited.
Dress, move out. Get out of here.
Dress. We're bye dress. No, I mean, I love you. But
wow.
The other thing that I thought was really interesting, the rumor I'm seeing, and at first when I heard it 2 days ago, I was like, nah, but now I'm like really actually in on it, is the Las Vegas Sphere residency rumor. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
And when I first saw it, I was like, why would she? I was like, she wouldn't do that. But then I'm like, wait a minute. That's Las Vegas residency for a fucking showgirl? Yeah. That is absolutely the vibe. And I was like, holy fuck, she might just do that. She might just be like, I'm in Vegas. You have to come to me for however many shows she wants to do for this. But I was like, that's actually like genius. Something she's never done before. And it would fit so well with if she. So then I saw other people being like,
how far is Nevada from like Kansas City? Not that it actually really makes a difference to her. But if she's doing a residency, I just feel. If she were to do one.
A residency, you still don't like, you still might just be doing it on the weekends.
That's true.
It's not like she's going to just play for 70 nights in a row, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's true.
But the, and then because I saw other people being like, no, she's not going to tour it because this is the album about the tour she just did. So why would she tour it? And I was like, again, I feel like that's actually more of a reason that there might be some, wow, she should do a Vegas residency.
Right.
Because that's so different, but it fits so well.
That's such a good idea. Like,
it's such a good idea. I hope like if she wasn't doing it and if this was a fully fake rumor, I hope she like saw it and was like, actually hold on.
And also then like a good way to go back to like not having to do a 3.5 hour show.
Exactly. And it's going to be so different.
Like just go back to this and the people that want to see you will. But also like, she doesn't have to just do it. Like, what if she does like a 3-month Vegas residency and then like 3 months in New York City residency? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like
make it a little easier.
It could be.
if it was something like that, like she like took like, you know, kind of how she was going to do for the Lover Fest, even though it was only 2 days, like it was what, Massachusetts, LA, then wherever else. Oh, it wasn't, there wasn't any Europe ones?
2 shows in Boston, 2 shows in LA.
But that,
I think there was
like
talk that maybe there would have been eventually Europe shows.
Gotcha. Yeah. Wow, that would be so cool. I mean, only time will tell.
I know. I was like, wow, that actually is such a good idea.
It is such a good idea.
Like, damn.
It's so like on point.
So on point. It would be incredible. Okay. Anything else about album? I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about this so much more.
Oh, of course.
In the weeks and months to come.
Like we said, every song, every like track, like we're going to get into all of that. But just so we're able to talk about.
That reminds me, are you busy October 3rd?
Is that a Friday? I mean, assuming.
It is a Friday.
I don't think so. I have a wedding October 24th. I think that's the only.
Me too.
Like all my Septembers are booked up, but weekends are booked up, but October's not. So like.
Okay.
If you want to like come here, you always.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
And remember, we'll talk about it, but 100%.
Okay. I was just
we'll get together.
I don't think I'm busy.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just so incredibly excited.
I'm so excited we got all this detail because it makes us like be able to react to more than just this is the title.
Right.
I'll tell you more later, which is what, you know, the last few have been.
Yeah, the only like the last thing and like thing that obviously I'm like wrong about or was, but I'm still curious about is like still no lead single, no mention of anything along those lines. Of course, that still could happen like in the next coming weeks. I just thought maybe she was gonna like
and like we said, well, I guess agreed. But she also, we forgot to mention that they're confirmed Sabrina Carpenter feature.
Oh yes,
on the title track,
The Life of a Showgirl.
The Life of a Showgirl.
Which,
and
again,
it felt
we
like
got some things right with predictions.
For sure. It feels like, because I know a lot, like it would be crazy, like how great to do a lead single that is with Sabrina Carpenter right before Sabrina's album comes out.
Right.
Obviously I would have loved that. And right now there's no sign of that. But at the same time, I'm still happy with what we've been given so far.
100%. I mean, yeah, there's no sign of it. It still could be. I think Sabrina's album's August 29th, so we still have like, what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not so like, oh, I definitely think it's going to happen now. Obviously, we know we have that song.
Right.
I would still love a lead single that comes out like
me too.
What's today? Thursday? Either tomorrow or next week. But I don't know. Well, like time will tell. I don't really have like a prediction of like how I felt like, oh, she definitely will. Now I don't really know.
No, and part of me thinks she might not because I feel like there is such hype around it now because we know so many things.
Right.
That it's like, I'll let.
And also we need to process. We need like a month to process everything that she said on the podcast.
So crazy.
It was so many words.
I also like her color hair is the color hair I wish I had.
Yeah, like the dark blonde,
like the old money blonde. I feel like that's the blonde I've been aspiring to get, and then I just keep getting that sucked, make it brown. I don't want to be brunette anymore, make it blonde, and then it's like, oh, you didn't do it right, and now it has to be more blonde. And it's just so funny. I'm like, that was the cut. Like every time I was like watching, I was like, oh, that's the color hair.
That is so funny.
And I love, but
it's but yeah. No, I mean, that's it on The Life of the Showgirl. Like for now, like I'm happy to
October 3rd.
I'm happy to move on to the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
If you are happy to move on.
Let's go to the beginning. Take me back to the start.
Literally. So the first kind of thing that they talked about was
crazy.
Taylor and Travis's.
I actually can't believe that that's how we. But I guess it makes sense. And she started it.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like I can't believe that the relationship was the first thing that was discussed. Like I thought we'd get little tidbits and her and throughout, but like I didn't realize they were actually going to just like talk about it. But she started it because she was like, well, I owe a lot to this podcast. It got me a boyfriend. So like, you know, for like, oh, thank you for coming on type thing. And I was like, oh my God, we're just coming right out.
Now, agree. And like, there's so many things that like you said in the beginning that like, okay, we knew it was going to be about the album, but I didn't really think about everything else. And like, there were so many things I just could not believe that they were talking about.
I know.
It was including this and all of the details that we got. So yeah, so they are talking about it. And one of the first things they're talking about the podcast, like you said, and she was talking about how she listens like from the kitchen and like she loves saying new news. And I'm like, I mean, like we knew that they were together, but like it's also like her saying like, yeah, we'll be in the house. I'll be in the house, like in the kitchen.
I'll be across the house, and yeah, I hear new news.
Just hearing her,
it's crazy.
Like we knew, but hearing her say it is like just a whole other like
I know
whirlwind of
it's
like making it reality. Like you know,
and it's also one of those things like when they were talk about like she was in Kansas City when the Masters news, like when she bought the Masters back, talking about visiting her dad in the hospital, talking about how much time they spent in Florida in the summer and her sourdough phase. Like it reminds me of when Travis photo dumped on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like in the sense that we feel like we're in a way it feels like every move she makes is monitored. Right. But then it's like, holy crap.
She has this whole life.
She is just living this whole ass normal life. And we don't get to know about it unless they tell us. And I feel like that is just so nice.
Beautiful.
That like, it's not like, oh, the only times they ever go out to dinner is when we see the pap walk.
Right.
It's like, no, they're like, they have these normal moments and they do these things that nobody ever finds out about, which I just love. I love for her, and I can't believe we get to hear more about it.
Like how kind it is because Taylor already gives us so much of her life, and like she didn't have to choose to tell us all of those things, and you know they probably agreed together of what they would reveal. So it's like she already gives so much. So like how kind and awesome it is because she knows how badly probably a lot of us do want to know, but also respect her privacy. Yeah. So I love that we got to take like a peek back behind the curtain of their into their relationship, but also in a way that she is totally and completely controlling it. Like
and so
it's coming from her mouth. It doesn't have to feel like icky that we know like weird rumors or that like the paparazzi or like whatever it is. Like
totally agree.
It feels nice to be able to enjoy it and like
and not
just
feel
so
like
grateful for them
about it.
For sharing it. Like that's so nice. And
like
I'm
when
so
she
happy.
talk about like anytime she'd bring up Jason's kids because she brought him up a couple different times in various hobbies and stuff when she was talking, and I was just like, you know, in my brain, she might have met them once or twice, in my brain. Like Christmas or, you know, but like, it clearly seems like she spends a lot more time around them than I even guessed.
Exactly. So just like little tidbits like that again, we would have never, ever gotten if it was any other interviewer, even if it was a 3-hour podcast, you just would not get those little like side notes. Okay. One thing. Okay, I'm like dying to talk about. And like, I almost feel like I need to go back and clip this from an old episode of ours. So they talk about literally like the inception of their relationship. As you said, she shouts out to New Heights saying like, because Travis decided to like, you know, say that he was butthurt, the whole friendship bracelet thing. There, you know, she never got a friendship bracelet, whatever. And she kept saying like, it was a romantic gesture, like the boombox outside of like her window, like I like you, please date me. Okay. And then she said something that we said when 1989 Taylor's version came out when they were only fucking dating for a couple months. She was like, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager. In the sense of like being a romantic gesture of like shouting out that I want to date you, like the boom, like whatever it is. And Travis was like, yeah, well, I listened to all the songs at the Eras tour. So like, I knew that that's like, that you would like that. Like hilarious. But holy fucking shit. How she was like, literally like the way that you courted me and what this relationship then like is what she had hoped for since she was a little girl. And then you go back to high school and the alchemy And again, full circle, everything makes sense. It's what she dreamed of. And when 1989, Taylor's version came out, you and I were talking about the vault tracks, and we were peeing our pants laughing because we realized how embarrassing Taylor
down
could
bad
be.
she was.
She was so obsessed with like Harry Styles, and
how down bad she was for Harry Styles. Yeah,
she just like he didn't really fucking like her. He like it was we were saying like how Taylor was like he looked at me. We're fucking in love. I can't believe it. And we were crying laughing. And so the song Suburban Legends, I remember saying like she wanted this to be like her and Harry, like we'd be legends, like the high school legends, like that romantic couple. You know, like Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, this power couple. Like she wanted that legendary high school love, but in a sense of fame and all of that stuff. And I remember saying like, oh my God. And like she was writing this on like back then. And think about it. That's what she has now. She literally has the high school love, the suburban legend that she always wanted. And for her to confirm that and to say that,
I know,
is seriously so
and it's everything we said from the start with like, even like from the first time she showed up at a game where we were like, this is literally like, you belong with me.
Yeah.
This is literally her. Like she said she wanted something like this when she was 15. Like, she also, okay, this is just in general for all of like, but obviously the first spark of it is when they're talking about their relationship and getting together. They are so complimentary of each other.
Yes.
And they hype each other up so much. But then you can also see what everybody always says about them when they meet them in person, how humble they both are. Like when like Travis constantly saying, I'm so dumb, I don't know that word. And she's like, you know that word. And she's like, oh, knows that word.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're smart. And then she'll be like, you're so handsome too. Like, wow,
yeah,
that doesn't, whatever. Or like when like the athlete thing, she's like, I'm not an athlete. And he was like, yes, you are. Like the thing, like, and it's just like so wonderful to see that like, they're each other's hype men.
Yes.
And it's so cute. And like and I was thinking about it because I saw it on your notes, like when she calls him a human exclamation point. Yeah. And said that he is like the color enhancer.
Yeah. On the phone or something.
A picture.
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking? Did you see Jason when she said that?
Yes, I saw the zoom in of Jason.
Literally looks like
happy
he's about to cry.
Yes.
And it reminds me of when on the New Heights episode that Kylie was on, when they're talking about like when Jason's like, I saw her and it was fireworks, and like Travis was like, oh, I want to feel that someday.
Yep.
I almost felt like when she was talking about him that way, it's almost like in
you
my
could
head,
see him
I went
thinking
back
about
to that,
it,
and I was like, oh my God, I feel like this is like the fireworks moment.
Yes.
Like, is Jason thinking that? Like
literally, Steph, exact same thing.
Because that's what I thought when I heard it. And then because he said things too, like I know you have them too, but like he would say things too that I'm like, oh my God, this is like totally like Jason maybe watching this is thinking, yeah, that's what it was like.
100%. I totally agree. And like
what a fucking compliment though, by the way. Human exclamation point, you're the enhanced color feature.
That is so like you bring the color to my world
and like joy to people's life.
Exactly. And also wait, shit. Oh, what I was gonna say to what you said was like complimentary, and both like they compliment each other and literally like give compliments to each other. Like they are both for each other.
Yes.
They are hype men, but they also complement each other so well of the give and take. Now both of them are athletic and smart and all that stuff, but they literally are like a perfect balance. And it's like not yin and yang necessarily, like almost like foils of each other, characters where you have that commonality, yet you're opposites, where she kept saying over and over again. And so did he. Our regimens are the same. We have the exact same thing.
Right. Like, we have the same day. Like
it's practice, but it's rehearsal.
Yep.
We were both entertaining people for 3 hours in an NFL stadium. Like
dressing room, locker room. Yeah.
Of course that's silly. Like that's surface level, but it goes even beyond that where it's like they
get each other.
Foils. They are perfect the balances where like it's like when people say opposites attract, except when people say opposites attract, it's because there is that commonality of those opposite things. Where they are just literally like destined for each other.
Oh my God. I feel like it's been something insane. Like from the start, we've been like, yeah, they're going to get married. But like, I've believed it when I've said it every single time. I've 100% believed it when I've said it. Obviously knowing nothing really about like super in depth about how they interact with each other, but like watching this, it was like, yeah, they might be married already. Might be getting a wedding.
Literally.
Like I was like, this is it.
Oh my God, yeah. And there's other things again that we'll talk about as we go through the other notes of like beautiful moments. But this was just them talking about like how they started dating and like this like first sort of section and like one or two other like little notes. I thought it was funny that Taylor's like, you like never reached out to anybody to like try to meet me. You just thought that you could go in the elevator and meet her. And he's like, well, yeah.
About Travis, it makes so much sense.
And like,
that
I don't think they were like, he knows it's funny, but like, I think he genuinely did that. Like, literally,
I think he genuinely thought like, well, I work here.
Like, literally, like
I
this
should
is my
be
stadium.
allowed. Yeah, right. No, I agree. I think that was so funny.
Ultimately, I was curious, although we didn't get like a definitive answer of okay, from that moment on the podcast, how did it then, like what happened? And she was like, literally everybody that like knows, wait, what did she say? She was like, when you guys did the full set on the podcast, everybody who likes you started to reach out to everybody that knows me. And because they were saying like, oh, did Andy Reid get you together? And they said yes and no, like joking about it. But that was one of the things. And it was on like her cousins were really big fans. She didn't mention Cam Saunders, but I was waiting for the like, oh, because my backup dancer
also didn't mention the Tellers, which I thought would be someone that she would mention.
But I don't know. I don't wonder what happened with their friendship a little bit. Because it went radio silent on, like it went from posting every minute, every like whatever the Tellers, to her not ever posting anything about like Taylor's. I actually went to check to see if
also there hasn't been much.
No, it's been a while. Like people, it's like a for the past like year maybe, yeah. That there like maybe it was a rift between, like not that something happened, but yeah, no, I mean I hope it's not true, but in that sense I'm not surprised because like she hasn't been in the rotation since they won the Super Bowl, like, and after that, like that year, like this most recent football season. There hasn't really been much, but I thought it was cool that it was like, well, yeah, like basically like everybody that knows you was like, no, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So like, oh, that's how it happened. Right. I still wish, I mean, I'm not saying we need to know more. We don't. But I was like, wait, but like, so did you reach out to him then? Like, then what happened? Like, did you get his number? Right. Did you text him? Like, what was the first then actual interaction between you two? Like, did you DM him? Like, we don't need, we know so much, but like, I was like waiting for it to get there during that story. So like, what was the first time? And I think Jason tried to ask that too, but they like circled around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the first time she went into the game, she said she just walked in through general admission.
Yeah, we knew that though.
Oh yeah. I knew she had walked in
because we saw the pictures afterwards, and Travis mentioned it on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast.
I know they said like she just walked in with everybody, but I thought with everybody meant his crew, which she did. I didn't realize that they walked in through the general admission. Yeah, I thought they walked in through the back.
I think, and maybe I just had assumed it from the pictures, but like when everybody was like, "Holy shit, she was right there."
Oh, I didn't.
I think I had just assumed it was general admission because it was. I was like, it was like everybody.
Oh yeah,
like,
you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I do kind of remember seeing that. You know, after the fact. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I guess I forgot.
Like obviously that was confirming.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was basically like their beginning, like of their relationship, and then unless there's anything else, like the next sort of subject or topic that Jason again masterfully. Oh, I didn't even mean to do. I'll play on words there. Ask about was about her masters.
Yeah.
Was about reclaiming her masters, which literally when he asked, I was like, oh yeah. And I think you said it before. I was like, shit, I forgot there's so much that she could fucking talk about.
No, right. Like, because that was in the title of the episode.
I didn't even notice the title.
And I was like, oh, duh. Reclaiming her masters, wrapping up the Eras tour. I was like, yeah, we haven't heard about any of this.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, no,
I guess I didn't notice the title because once he asked it, I was like, well, shit. Right. And then like once he had said that, I was like, wait a minute. This is going to be a long fucking interview. Like, holy shit. We didn't
just jump right in.
As soon as we got to like the second thing. And then I was like, all right, maybe it's after this. Like, I don't know. I just like at that moment in the interview, I was like, oh my God, this is
we're in for a
fucking incredible.
This was so cute. Like
we were texting each other, I think, during this.
Because this is when literally like everybody started crying,
bawling my fucking eyes out.
No, it was so emotional. I loved like how she was like, yeah, I just sent my mom and my brother. And I was like, that is so sweet. Like,
yeah. So just to like bring it back, like, they're talking about obviously buying our music back. We did a whole episode on that. And to know the ins and outs of that. So first Travis was like, that was one of the best things that happened this summer. And then Taylor basically said that she wanted to have a conversation, or she felt like it was the right time after the Eras tour, and she wanted it her way, like to own everything without any stipulations. Like that's just what she wanted. And then she said exactly like to your point, she sent her mom and her brother to go have that meeting with them because they're the ones that can really explain. I mean, they work with her and for her, right? They are part of her team, but also those are the representatives. It's her family to explain everything that meant to her and why it needs to be everything.
Yeah.
And as she said, like, I'm in the business of human emotion. I don't care about, and of course, right? Like how much value that has in terms of like money or assets in that sense. It's because this is, and as we know, her life's work. So who better to go represent that than her mom and her brother, which, so hearing that. And then she said her mom called her right after and was like, I don't know what way it's going to go. They're really great people. And then she said like a couple months later, again, her mom was the one to tell her, like, her mother was the one to call her to tell her, like, you got the music back. You own everything.
So cute.
That detail is beautiful. I think
agreed.
As soon as she started saying that, she started to tear up. And I immediately was like, okay, we're crying.
No,
I started crying.
I was like, okay, we're all crying.
And like so beyond like the story that she's telling that made me cry, how beautiful it is that she was being that vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she couldn't even control it. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, sorry. Like she was apologizing for getting teared up in that moment.
Right.
To on the podcast. And she's like, sorry, I just haven't talked about this in so long. And how much it means to her and how like, so many people, probably like say so many negative things about like, oh, how greedy she is and all the, the stupid shit. But then you really see like what we've always known in that moment and on this podcast, which is like, no, this is really her work. Like this really means that much to her.
Think
she's not fake.
Right. And when she was explaining how all of that works to Jason, she like kind of hinted at it too, where she was like, I guess to boil it down, my work would be left to someone else's kids.
Right.
And I feel like that's when you can like when normal people would be able to understand like that's not right.
Yeah.
And she wants it to be going to her kids.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yes, this makes sense why she'd fight so hard for it. And especially, and I like how she always, like she had said too while they were talking about it, that it's like every artist is different. Every artist cares about different things, but that was just something that
like
really
always mattered to her.
With me. Yeah, it always mattered to me. I always wanted it. Like I always wanted it back. So
and then she said like the story again, how intimate that we got this story when she got the call that Travis was playing video games, and she's like, all right, go tell Travis in a normal way. and she knocked on the door and she was like, Travis. And then like he thought something was wrong,
like
went
sobbing.
and then sobbed and like said like, oh, I got my music back. And then like he said, he was like, you were dead weight. Like she's like, I just collapsed into him. Okay, first of all, I'm sobbing. And then we also found out, they both kind of said at the same time, like Travis also cried. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Stop everything. Like, are
Crazy.
you kidding me? And then how like well spoken he is in explaining, like, I saw all the fucking work that you did for Tortured Poets. And to know that you had this with 6 other albums, like how much you put into it, like it should be yours.
And
like,
that you don't,
like he feels with her, like they are so in love. Like they are just,
he's so he just gets it.
Shit.
It's
them crying.
He just understands her. It's so incredible.
That was probably, I rewatched it, cried again. Like probably one of my favorite moments hearing that story. Yeah. And I think probably one of the most intimate moments that she shared with us about their like everything actually, about not only their relationship, just like her life as well as their relationship. And just, it's just also, everything was just so beautiful.
I agree. It's well, and I do also like how she, like, because she had said it earlier, and you mentioned it when she was like, oh, I thought after the Eras tour was the right time. And then I think, I don't know if it was during this conversation or later on, that she kind of says like, and like, I was able to do it because of the Eras tour. You know, because of how much money it made. Like, she was like, yeah, the fans coming to the Eras tour made it so that I could do this.
Right.
And I just always giggle at that because you're welcome.
Yeah, like you're welcome. I did spend a lot of money now. Give it back. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's I don't know. The whole thing is just amazing. And then in that conversation too, you have Travis saying like how she's like the greatest songwriter and the smartest woman in the world. And she was like, thank you, says her boyfriend. And I was like, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like, because how do you really respond to that? Like it's like you have to say that. But it's like he also means it. And just obsessed. And then one other just like small tidbit on the Taylor's versions that she's like, oh, I don't really care about like what you listen to.
Which ones do you listen to?
Basically was like, no, well, Red's my favorite. And then
no, that was actually so funny. And then she didn't say Speak Now at all.
Literally was like, oh, and I love like
because I actually I did want to talk about this because this made so much sense in my head, and also was what made me think about all of the goings on with Tortured Poets and Showgirl too. Like, when she was like, Red was my favorite re-record because I always battled and struggled with, do I like this album or do I not? And then how she was like, I've always loved Fearless and I've always loved 1999. Like I've always loved them.
Right.
And I feel like that is definitely, in the sense, you can understand it because Red is a jumbled mess.
Yes.
Of sound, of it's not a like cohesive type of thing. Obviously, there's like a lot of emotion in Red. But then you have Fearless and 1989 as like perfect country, perfect pop, where I get that being sandwiched in between those two, you don't know how you feel about it.
Right.
And I think Speak Now is its own beast because she wrote it all by herself. You know what I mean? Like I think there's different things about Speak Now that like is why it doesn't fall into the same like thought process as the other two in terms of like why she couldn't. And she was like, no, but re-recording it, I realized I really do love this album. This album is incredible.
Right.
And I was like, I totally understand this because that's also like when you think about sometimes her thought process of winning, not making albums to win awards, but in a way, like obviously she wants her albums to do well. And it's like, you do understand that she probably grappled with Red because she had so much success with Fearless. Speak Now was sort of like a personal feat. She was trying to prove people wrong.
Right.
Then there was Red. And then 1989 was so successful that it was just kind of like, wait, what was Red? What was I doing there? But I love that she like came back around on it.
Yeah, it's like another full circle sort of moment with that being re-released.
Right. And I was like
now it has
why
its
she
moment.
Felt that way.
Yeah.
I was like, I totally understand what she was probably feeling.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, I totally agree. But it was like, I love that he asked, like Jason asked her, like, well,
me
what's
too.
Your favorite?
And then they kind of missed it at first.
And then he went back
like they
to
were
it.
talking, and I was like, they better go back to that question.
I
was
know.
Like, I really want to know the answer. Yeah.
I was like, good question, Jason.
Such a good question.
Then do you want to move on to the there's only probably, so the next topic was the Eras tour. And other, like the biggest thing, like, you know, she was talking about life after the Eras tour, all this stuff. And, I just thought it was interesting when she talked about
how she set it up.
Wait, that what?
like how she set it up in terms of like, I wanted there to be a new thing to like focus your attention on. And then I loved how she was like, yeah. And I saw some people afterwards saying like, I feel like I forgot everything. She's like, I did it. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's what you wanted.
I figured it out. She's like, wow. Because people are so euphoric. Like, like she was like literally every 10 seconds, this, that. No, but yes, that was an amazing moment. And then also when they talked about Travis going on stage, it was so sweet. And then I think we got what I don't know if I put this in the wrong place, or I think it was during this where it was one of the most beautiful things that Travis said to Taylor, like talking about the Eras tour. Because Jason, she was talking about being engulfed in something, like literally the word. Travis said, gave the Eras tour credit, like how she gave New Heights credit. And he said, if I would have never gone and been mesmerized and captivated and left with such a desire to want to meet you, I would never have been so engulfed in the curiosity of who you were. And then Jason was like, the best part about this is that you didn't even know what engulfed meant before Taylor. Like he's like teasing her. And then Travis like, yeah, like she makes me so much better. And then he kept fucking going. The most beautiful thing. And he said, holy shit. He said, you see you on the stage and like basically like, you know, and you're doing amazing. And then I get you in a room and it's like, I've known you forever. And it was the easiest conversation I've ever had. I've never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage and then so real and so beautiful in person. And then Jason's like, should I leave? And Taylor's like, probably everybody should leave.
I think everybody should leave. Literally so cute.
Is he fucking kidding me?
No, I remember sitting there watching that and I just literally started smiling so much and I was like, I'm sweating.
How is
fucking cute.
Literally obsessed with I will
I'm
never
so fucking happy
get over her. I'm so happy for both of them.
I'm happy for her.
I'm so real
well,
and
I mean,
so beautiful.
I say her because like obviously I've been following her
way
longer in life than him, but like I'm so happy for both of them, but I'm
so
happy for her.
But I mean like yes, but what I meant in saying that is like I don't actually even know how to verbalize like how I feel about them because I'm just like obsessed and
they're so cute. I also
cute.
They're like I literally just kept texting that to everybody. I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. They're so cute. And I was like, use a new word, but I can't. Like I don't know what else to say. I also loved and because you like when they were talking about him being on stage. I also loved the part when she was like and he was like, yeah, I just like I couldn't drop her. And she was like, you could throw me over a mountain and catch me on the other side or something like that. And I just loved it because remember how we were always, like when they first got together, we were like, she gets to be the small girl.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah.
No, and
like,
and people are like,
she's like, yeah, you could throw me over a mountain.
Yes. People are freaking out about that quote too. Like, yeah. And then catch me on the other side. Like, I love that. Like, cause she's like, no, my man is strong. Is a strong, handsome, and then one point too. This was earlier on,
around
where she was like, "He's so handsome" or something, and she like puts her hand, and then he goes down and kisses her hand. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, and the part, and this is during. Oh wait, well, kind of during the Eras part when they were getting into her hobbies, and she starts doing all the puns on sourdough loaves. And she literally had me cracking up that the loafing him was bread. I fucking died. Because I was like, and then I loved it too because you know she kind of just thought it in the moment and then just started dying laughing at herself at like, yeah, I nailed that one. And then him not knowing it. And then her being like, oh, you don't know that one.
It wasn't on the tour.
Okay. She was like, it's okay. It wasn't on the tour. And while she was saying it, he goes, I love you.
Yes. It was literally one of my favorite things.
Dying.
Literally
But I also was just dying so hard at like, because I totally get the feeling like when you think you've done something so fucking funny that you just start cracking up yourself. And I'm like, I know that just came to her right now because she laughed so hard at that.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I would have done if I came up with that right on the spot.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Was bread.
And just also like, I know you only know the songs. I just that whole like 10 seconds was amazing.
So funny.
And then, wait, the last thing I wanted to say about the Eras Tour, just like she was talking about her favorite, like the fan moments or whatever. And she said that, like, of the Eras Tour, she liked when people started their own trends. And then she brought up the Willow balloon thing. And I'm like, wow, I was literally there for that in person.
People told him to stop.
But what's funny is, and I saw it online, like, I'm like, she probably doesn't even know. She talked about later, she's kind of like closing out social media, but there was a lot of controversy around.
So
like,
much
people
controversy.
were so pissed because
and
of,
it
like,
didn't last.
Latex allergies. Well, it lasted probably for at least 10 shows.
No, I just mean that, like, obviously the controversy won out in the end because people stopped doing it
eventually.
And I liked how Travis was mentioning, like, because obviously that was during Willow, and he was like, yeah, and like you could, like, he was like, I would see sometimes like people, they were just like in a circle like dancing, like, I was like, yeah, I know those circles, like, yeah,
it's so funny. I know, it's crazy how like he was like, we know he was watching it, but like he was watching it, like, it's just so weird.
It's crazy.
And then they talked about, as you just said, like their Eras Tour hobbies, all that stuff. What I thought was cute, of course, she talked about sourdough for like 1,000 years.
No, literally, like, so fucking funny.
And then the cute that they also like make stuff together. But then what I thought was cute was she was like, I love to sew. And then you got the little like tidbit, like, as you know, Jason, I love making child purses and baby blankets. So it was like, again, another one of those moments.
Well,
like,
and she did it with the sourdough. Right.
Yeah.
She said it with a sourdough, and she was like, and the girls are going to love this one. You know what was so funny? When she said it, she goes, the girls are going to love this one. And I go, us?
Yeah. I was like, what girls?
The girls?
Are we the girls?
And then what she said, because I know they're into everything rainbow. And I was like, oh, Jason's girls, not us girls.
Literally.
Yeah, with the funfetti. And I was like,
with the funfetti.
Oh my God.
Sorry, mice. No, I'm okay. Okay, sorry. I just got like a thing that my storage is almost full, but I think we're okay for the rest of this episode. Okay. Sorry. So, I was obsessed with that too. And we also then found out like they're really good at beer pong together, and
the otter.
That was just amazing. Oh, the otter. The Travis wants an otter. So cute.
No, but like the whole like concept of how he wants to acquire one also killed me, because I'm like, I get it. Like you do want to rescue it. Like you want it to be devoted to you.
Literally,
like, I understand.
He only wants it if he saves it from dying, and then the otter knows that it saved its life and is like loyal to him. It's like, that's so funny.
It literally cracked me up because I was like, I get it. Like I totally understand that.
It's so cute.
Because I don't think it works otherwise. I don't think you can just take an otter from its family and have it love you. I think it has to be, you're his last option, and the otter is so thankful.
Yeah. And then
God, so funny.
And then they got into what I really wanted to talk about, that I was saying that she hinted at before, was Jason asked about like, how does the Easter eggs and the planning and all of that work?
Yeah.
And the first thing she says, underlined, is that she has parameters for her Easter eggs. I am never going to plant an Easter egg that ties back to my personal life. It will always be towards music.
Yep.
And that's what I meant by she's being very fucking direct.
Louder for the people in the back.
Yes. For people who try to like, her whole relationship is fake. Her whole this is that. She's really in love with this. Like whatever. Yeah. You know, if you know, you know. That I feel like was a nod to a specific subset of the fandom. Where she literally is like, I don't like you guys. Stop.
Like, can you please stop? Even though like, she's done that before. She's said it before with the 1989, like Taylor's version, like prologue thing. Like, she's said these things before. They don't listen. Here she is again trying. And I've already seen things like people like posting like screenshots from Reddit where people are like, they just like refuse to stop.
Yeah, because I saw someone say like, well, what about this? And it's like the lyric booklet from Fearless that's like pointing to Joe Jonas or whatever. And it's like, guys, people are so dumb and don't have like situational like comprehension of like what the fuck she's talking about. Like, seriously? And also, that's not what she's talking about. She said,
and
she's not talking about a lyric booklet.
Right. And what she used to do as lyric, like, that was still about the music.
Yeah.
She was just giving an Easter egg of what the song is about.
Exactly.
So it's still music related. Like, yeah, I loved that part because I was like, oh,
I know. That made me so happy that she was
Call it out, girl.
so direct with us. Yeah. Underlined.
Yes.
And then she also said, they were talking about the numerology, and he's like, what's that? And then they were like, oh, our favorite numbers are 13. And
87.
he was like, well, what does that mean? And she's like, well, I think it means that we're family. And I was like, oh my God. And then she was like, family, and like in the sense of like being.
Oh, but like because he likes 13 too.
Yes. But she was like, I think that means that we're family. And I'm like, what do you mean?
And I think Travis said something like, yeah, and I only like, he's like, I only like people that like 13 or something. Like,
I don't know.
And I also loved when he was like 13, when he was like, what is numerology? And Travis was like 13 and 87,
100.
Yeah.
Taylor was like,
we've
yeah,
all
no,
said
that is
like,
what it
we
is.
have all said that so many times.
That's so funny. Oh my God. But yeah, I was very fucking happy. And like that.
Agreed.
A lot of things that we sense and what we've always said about like their relationship and speculating like, oh, they're so in love and they're this and they're that, where people are like, you're doing the same thing that we're doing. Like you're obsessing over her relationship, set of her music and this and that. Us being right, like sort of got confirmed and like, no, but it's because we're happy that she's happy and it's what she's putting out in the world and what she's saying. Everyone else is doing something. The other subset is doing something very bizarre. And I like that was sort of confirmed, like not only through her saying that, but just through this whole podcast of how in love they are.
We're all getting excited about her personal life, but we're taking her personal life at the face value she's giving us.
Yes.
They are trying to make her personal life into something that it isn't by like trying to find these random reasons that X, Y, or Z is true. And it's just like, but she's not saying that.
Like as
anything, she said the opposite when she actually says anything. Right. So why are you doing this?
It's insane. I really don't know. But I'm glad that she kind of cleared it up.
Me too. And I'm just glad like this whole podcast was just so incredible. Like
literally incredible.
Oh my God. I also have to say, like, I loved, so obviously the way he was looking at her the entire time is adorable. I don't know. At the end, when they were signing off, like, you know how like Jason does his little bit and then like Travis does the whole like, yeah, and we're on Wondery, whatever. The way she was looking at him, I was like,
know.
She's so fucking proud of him. And he's literally just saying what platform the podcast is
on. Literally.
She's literally sitting there like,
yes. Like,
and I was like, are you kidding, girl? Like, down bad.
They are so down bad for each other.
So down bad.
And then they kissed. Then too.
Kissed.
So cute.
And they definitely had kissed before. In the same thing when he said I love you. Like in the same when they were talking when he didn't know loafing him was bread. Like in that same part, it definitely cut out when he leaned in to kiss her after that. Love you.
So
because then they just put it to Jason. But oh my
God. So cute. And then the next section, I think there's really just 2 more sections.
Yes.
I know you have to go soon, so
we got it.
We have so then Jason asked, as you already mentioned, about her dad, and we had sort of seen like rumors that like her dad like went through a major heart surgery.
Right.
And then she sort of just gave it all to us, and then we also kind of got an insight as to why they were in Florida for so long and all of that. That her dad had a quintuple bypass surgery, which is so scary. But how sweet it was that she said, like, it was me, it was my brother, it was my mom, and like Scott's best friend there when he woke up from surgery. And then they all had to basically like live with him. They all went back together to like help him recover. And how sweet it was that they all spent that time together, which isn't surprising. Taylor loves her mom and her dad.
I love that. Like,
so cute. And then also that like Travis also spent a lot of that time with the family.
Yeah. And I feel like it just goes back to like, and I know when people that aren't like big fans of her, when they hear people say things like I'm about to say, they're like, nah, makes, like, they're like, come on, she's not that, but she's so normal.
Yeah. Okay.
She is so completely normal. And I know when you say that to somebody that's not a fan, they're like, come on, she's a billionaire. How could she be that normal? She could have had 24/7 nurse care of the highest degree to take care of her dad after surgery. But her mom, her brother, and her, and I'm sure they did have help, obviously. I'm sure they did. But like, they were still all there.
Right.
To take care of him. And I feel like that is just, again, she's so fucking normal. Or like when she was like, yeah, that's how I learned how to make the sourdough.
Yeah, like she's just in her house.
Or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, fucking sourdough. Here we go. But like, it's just.
You're right.
I love that she's still so normal.
All of it is, everything. Like everything
they're doing behind the scenes that we're learning is just normal.
Is nothing but other than obviously like going on tour of the air stage and like traveling the world like that and stuff. And the NFL talk of her like getting on the field and stuff, which was also a cool like little story that we got to see from her perspective. But like even in those crazy fame, media attention moments, there's such normalcy about them, which is obviously always been a big draw. But like, yeah, you're so right. It's so just heartwarming, wholesome.
It's just nice to see it again for like 2 whole hours where it was like, and yeah, that's the same person.
It just like
that like we've known
solidifies like this is why we love Taylor Swift. Like we made the right person famous.
Yeah.
Where she is so well grounded. She knows what's important. She knows where to put her priorities. It's like that's if she didn't have that, she wouldn't be as successful as she is. And people try to always pick apart why is she so famous? Oh, because she's basic. She's this, she's that. It's like you're taking this sense of like being wholesome and normal for granted. Like she should be a fucking brat, like a weird, like, and it's the beauty. It's the beauty of life. Like we are drawn to being authentic. You know what I mean? Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that she is able to lead such a well-rounded life despite being one of the most famous people in the world, because so many people can't, that are at that level. And the other thing about that was they like mentioned that Travis was like hanging out with Scott like without Taylor. And I was like, oh. Yeah. And Travis said like Scott was at 75%. He's like, I don't know what the fuck he's like at 100%. If that was 75%, like that also kind of gave us a little bit more personality of her dad, which I feel like
it was cool to hear.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, and she was like, he'll have a 5-minute conversation in an airport with somebody. And then 30 years later, he's still talking to that person.
Twice a week.
Again, such a nice compliment.
Yeah,
and, like so cute. We didn't know.
Yeah, like we never saw. We know
that
more about Andrea. And then she also said her mom got like knee surgery. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I guess all's well with her health. And I mean, we don't know, but
seemingly, I was gonna say it seems like it.
But that was also a nice moment. Again, never would have got. And it was good to hear like those. It was just great.
I agree. I think it was just so nice to hear all of it. I like, oh, God.
Yeah. And then the last thing, like section that they talked about before the album, which we already covered, was he asked about how they felt about the media attention on their relationship and all the theories and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And even though I
like,
feel like the Easter egg thing was, obviously Jason probably didn't like pick up on that of like that, like that was her kind of saying like what the theory, like putting the theories to bed. But I thought it was interesting that she's just like, I don't really look at that stuff. And like, I think she knows more than she says that she does, but it's more like my name could be in the headline and it's literally none of my business. And she had some really, really quote-worthy moments that immediately went viral. I don't have this word for word, but the concept that she was saying like, think of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's a luxury item. Not everybody can afford it or afford to have access to it. Like, don't give you can't give your energy to these random people, these random rumors. Like, why am I? And she was like saying like, you get one tweet or one bad comment, and then your whole entire day, you're so upset about it. You're so mad about it. You become that. You become upset. You become angry. So she's like, I just don't even give my energy to it. Like, And
no, I think that was good.
They said something else like about turning comments off, and
well,
I was confused. Travis was like, I learned that after the Eras tour.
Yes, because he said, so she said, I've had my comments off for like 10 years or something on Instagram. And he goes, yeah, I learned that after the Eras tour because that was going to be my first stop, like in shooting his shot. He was going to do it in her comments.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
People were like, really? That's what you were going to do?
I understood it.
Taylor Swift's comments.
I remember like getting it last night eventually, like, oh, right. And then today I forgot about it again. I'm like, what does that mean? And okay, that's what it was. Yeah, that he was going to comment, not that he turned his comments off after he was part of the air.
No,
that's
but
what I was
that's
like.
how he was at first going to try to get in touch with her.
That is funny. That is funny. And yeah, they acknowledge that there's crazy theories. I guess Travis thinks some of them are funny. And they're like, there's so many crazy theories out there. Like we would have to, if we acknowledge them, we would never stop talking about it.
Right. That'd be the only thing they talked about.
Yeah. So it was like Jason really hit.
He did a great job
on the head with everything that he asked. And I'm sure a lot of it
such a great job
was like prepared, but like he also knew, and like he's always known like little things that he even has asked Travis about prior to Taylor being on it.
Yeah, he's so online in terms of what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, and he even said that. He's like, I'm on Twitter
like,
way too much, and
exactly
all that stuff. And okay, that was the last thing, but there's a few tidbits real quick if you have like a minute.
Yeah, of course.
That we don't know about. She mentioned the number 47 twice.
Yeah,
47 seconds, 47,000 countries. Now, I'm a little upset that this is episode 46 and not 47. We're so close. But what the fuck is 47? So maybe we'll find out one day.
I was going to say, yeah, because it's either something super clear or it's just that, like, for some reason, that's the number. Because, like, you know how in college Steve was always like, I see 54 everywhere.
Right.
And then like 54. He'd always like be like 54. Like unless like 47 is just her numerology number right now. She's just like that's her random number she comes up with.
I know. It's just it because I was like, what's 47 days from today? Thinking like it would be October 3rd. It's not. It's like 50 days from today. I just think she's too intentional for that. I don't know to mention it twice. But just something to think about, you know? Like, are we gonna come back to that? And then other little mentions like Taylor, like the cats all meet, like loving the kids, and Taylor was like doing an impression of one of his daughters, and I'm like, oh my god, she's so cringy. Like when she was doing her baby voice, I was like,
yes, it was so funny. And the
and then the end when they did the confetti,
when she had the confetti,
and she was literally just pulling it out of her mouth. Like,
and this was because obviously I watched this part this morning, like that 20 minutes. That was when. So it was like we woke up around 6 or something, and then I just like started watching it, and I put my headphones in because I was like, it's early in the morning. Connor doesn't want to hear this right now. So I'm like watching it like on my phone like this. I'm just like sitting there in bed, and then he gets up, goes about, I don't know, and then comes back. And so it's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, then I finish, I'm scrolling on Twitter, and I'm just like giggling about the cat thing. Like I'm still giggling. And then all of a sudden, like maybe like 15 minutes after I finish the video, I go, oh my God, do you want some coffee? Because then I was like, oh, I'll make myself coffee. And he was like, I already got it. And I was like, when did you do that? And he was like, well, you were in your little portal. And I was like, what? And he was like, I have never seen you look so happy. I was like, sitting in bed. He was like, yeah, I got up, got coffee. You smelled it for the last 30 minutes. And you had no idea. And I was like, oh.
I'm
going
to
go get some. I was like, you need more? Yeah, he was like, no, you were in your little portal.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
And genuinely,
because they were talking about cats, so it got me like equally excited. You know,
like what a takeaway though that like Connor, who isn't in this world
not
necessarily,
like
if Taylor ever hears this, like to take that away, like we're not kidding when we say like this it makes us that happy. Like for your husband to say like I don't think I've ever seen you happier. Like
no, it's just like
just know Taylor.
My phone. I know
if you're listening, like you have like. We are not lying. We are being genuine. We're not doing a bit like
so genuine. This isn't a bit.
It was the happiest her husband has ever seen.
Not even
than a wedding day.
No, not even close.
No, literally, it was the most perfect thing that we ever like could witness, and
it was just incredible. And as we sit here today, it is now approaching 12 million. It's at 11.99 million views.
Wow. That's amazing.
Keep climbing.
And obviously it crashed, which is why we had to watch I listened to the rest of it last night, but actually watching it was crazy. Like I didn't know that they kissed till I watched. I was like, but it was so beautiful. And the entire thing. Obviously, I'm sure there's like moments that we like forgot to mention, but there's just so much to process.
There's so much. And I feel like as we go through like next episodes of things,
there's probably other things.
More of it will come up. Like we'll be like, oh yeah, like we said, you know.
Right.
Because I also like in another episode, we're gonna have to talk about like the GQ article.
Oh, with Travis. Yes.
GQ thing too.
Yes.
So like there's a lot going on.
Right.
That, you know, this isn't the end of
of course, of talking about. I mean, we're gonna talk about this for the rest of our lives, really.
The rest of our lives.
Like
the rest of our lives.
Like this was like the royal wedding, basically.
Yeah.
I just can't. It's like we got something that we'll never be able to replicate, and it's almost in a sense, it's like, oh, I'm sad. Like we're never gonna get that again in this way. However, like there's so much to look forward to. Like we're about to get a new album.
Yeah.
We don't know what else is coming. Like the future is so bright. It's bright orange.
So bright.
It's so energetic and it's exciting and over. So I cannot wait to be a showgirl on October 3rd.
Dude.
I can't.
I am so excited.
Wait.
It's going to be such a good album.
And
it's going to be such a good album.
Only Taylor Swift could make us do 3 podcasts in a week. Well, literally, because that's what our podcast is about. But like,
true. But
so we wouldn't. But like, what? Literally, this week,
there was so much.
I have nothing left to say, but wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Literally, thank you. That was, oh my God. I can't. I still can't believe we got to watch her talk for 2 hours.
I just can't believe it either. And that
you're so blessed.
I was literally so blessed. And
thank God she's dating somebody that has a podcast.
Literally, thank God.
Thank fucking God. And I guess, you know what? Truthfully, thank God for the podcast. She wouldn't have met him.
Yeah.
And thank God for the Eras tour.
Thank God.
He wouldn't have wanted to meet her.
Like, where would we be today? I remember feeling at one point like, oh my God, I really hope Taylor ends up with somebody like the love of her life. Like, I remember, I'm just so fucking happy that things work out for her.
Me too.
Because she
deserves it.
Yeah.
She deserves to have the love she always wrote about. And look, she literally said she does.
It's so incredible that we get to also like live in this era, experience like of like.
I always see the tweets.
Existing.
It's like, I always see the tweets like, thank God I exist at the same time as Taylor Swift.
No, but really though, like, you know, there's the Beatles, maybe the Michael Jackson, there, you know, there's Shakespeare, there's this and that. But like the fact that we get to watch this and that we're such big fans of it and that we get of her, and that we get to experience this beautiful story, and then but we also get something out of it with the music, and like that we're seeing it in real time. Like people are going to be talking about this like when we're grandparents, and we're going to be like, no, I was fucking alive. I remember when that podcast dropped.
I sat down at 7 p.m. to watch it. Yeah. So good. God.
Is that it for now?
I guess that's it for now. Yeah.
You got a wedding?
We won't be done. Yeah. I got a wedding to skedaddle to.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and I have a little visitor that's asking me to stop talking.
She's ready.
Yeah.
She's ready to go upstairs.
She is ready. So I guess with that being said, it's time to pick up your stuff.
Pick up your stuff. And I promise we're done
for now. I mean, who knows what's going to happen next week?
Yeah, who fucking knows? Honestly, you're right.
Anyway, we're done for now.
We're done for now.
We're going to pick our stuff up.
Pick up your stuff.
Or you pick your stuff up.
Because we are dropping our mics.
Now.